In the last episode, Oshawott evolved into Dewott. In this episode, we're going to continue training on the outskirts of Pinwheel Forest and hopefully start to challenge the Nacrene City Gym. But who knows what challenges await us, so I can't automatically assume we're going to face the gym leader. But we will definitely work up to it. So definitely, as I was saying in the last episode of my Black walkthrough, come to this area first. It's a great place to pick up a fighting type like Timber, Sock, or Throw if you have Pokemon White version and are playing along with my Black version English walkthrough, which makes sense, and that's one of the most humorous comments I get. Why is this in Japanese? On my White walkthrough, of course. I don't know, look at the time, dum-dum. Yeah, look at when it was posted and then figure it out. It's not too hard. Now, I am going to attempt to catch this Tympole here because I want to read the Pokedex entries to you guys. I'm not going to make it that strict on myself to say that I'm going to fill my Pokedex, national or regular Pokedex otherwise, for the Unova region at all. But I do want to show you guys Pokemon that we've never encountered before in the English version, because back in the Japanese version I didn't know what the Pokedex entry was saying. So hopefully we can catch this Tympole. Tympole. Yeah, some of the names are kind of goofy, but really if you look back in the history of Pokemon, all the names are kind of goofy. Wigglytuff? What? Wigglytuff? Yeah. So to say that these names are any sillier than the other names, it's kind of ridiculous. It's all made up fictional names. So there's really no need to get your undies in a bunch about the English names. It's just a matter of learning them. And yes, we caught a Tympole. They're just all new and foreign to us right now. That's why most people don't really like them. Tympole, the tadpole Pokemon. They warn others of danger by vibrating their cheeks to create a high-pitched sound. So it's like a symbol, but it's a tadpole. So symbol, Tympole, tadpole, you get it? Ah ha ha! Really, I think that the names are quite fine. I mean, they make sense for the most part. Some of them are kind of awkward, like Sock. I don't exactly know where they got Sock from. I guess because he socks it to you with his foot to your face, like this guy is going to try, and fail because he doesn't even have a sock. What a loser. Oh wait, we don't have one either, so I guess we're not that much better. But I have one in my cartridge game, so I'd like to believe that I'm somewhat better than him. Plus, it's obvious that he cannot stand up to the mighty might of a Dewott. Or is it a Dewott? Dewott, Dewott, Dewott. It ain't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Dewott, 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 hot-hotter. Yep, if you come here with a Timber and talk to that rock, I'm kidding, you don't really talk to the rock, but you press A on the rock, I believe you can come back there every day and get yourself a star piece. Now, what is a star piece, you may wonder? Well, it's basically an item that's only for sale. It doesn't really have any effect unless you attach it to your Pokemon and then use the move Fling, in which it'll do 30 damage to your opponent, which isn't that much, but hey, if you want to fling some star pieces at your opponent, be my guest. But really, what you want to do with the star piece is sell it at any Pokemon Center marketplace, which is another beautiful streamlining of the Pokemon series, having the marketplace inside the Pokemon Center, so it's just one central location. I love the Pokemon Center these days, so much more than I used to in the past. But yes, it will just basically be an item for you to gain some extra cash very simply by coming back to that rock here on the outskirts of Pinwheel Forest every day. And so long as you have a Timber with you, it will be able to knock a piece off. And then you can sell it. Now, I'm not actually sure if you'll get to a point, and I actually just saw, haha, secret entranceway, Ether, which if you don't know, it will restore the power points for moves, and I'll talk about that next. But yes, I'm not sure if you can beat up on that rock so much to the point where it will just crumble and you won't be able to beat it up anymore. I'm not sure if that's the case. That thing you have, it's Pokedex. It's cool. I have Oshawott. Yes. And you'll give me... Awesome! Another wonderful conversation, motivating me even further to talk to everybody in the game. So let's attach that bad boy right now, using the quick item feature. Love that menu. I love this game overall. I keep saying I love this and I love that, but overall, this game is top-notch. I really believe that this could possibly be the best Pokemon game in the series, which really tickles me pink because I think that every game should very much improve upon the last. But what's this? N. I want to see things no one else can. The ideals of Pokemon inside Pokeballs. The truths of how trainers should be. And a future where Pokemon have become perfect. Do you feel the same? Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. That's so. I think my friends should test you to see if you can see this future too. And note, N says his friends. Remember in the last battle he had a Purloin? Well, now he has Pidove, and he no longer has a Purloin. That's a dynamic that I'm not sure everybody notices, but N will basically do catch and release. It's whoever's in the area at the time of wherever you're going to battle him that he'll have Pokemon from. He never actually has any Pokemon of his own, I believe. So far. I can't see him having any Pokemon, but I don't want to give any spoilers away. So I don't think that he ever gets Pokemon for real, but they're his friends. And that cube that's attached to his side, I wonder if he uses that somehow to control the Pokemon, or just call them to him. Or maybe he just has that great a bond with Pokemon, I'm not sure. We'll have to keep playing and see if the game elaborates on how N gets all these new Pokemon every time we rematch him. But getting back to the Pokemon Center and how much I love this game, I think that every Pokemon game should improve upon the last in a big way. And I feel that this one significantly does that, whereas the past few generations, it kind of felt like just a rehashing, like, here's the same thing because I know you'll buy it because it's a new Pokemon and we want money. That's kind of the way I was feeling. That's how I was feeling the Pokemon Company was treating the series. But they totally bashed that idea that I had with Black and White, and they were like, no. Of course it's for money, but, we're going to really give you guys some excellent features that you have been asking for. Having the Pokemon Center, the Marketplace, the GTS, all in one building, it's fantastic. You only have to go to that one central location, you only have to go to that one location in any town. I was thinking back to the GTS when it was in Goldenrod City. It was like that for Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum as well. But, now that you have access to the global trading station in every town you go to, it makes things so much more simple. Right now, my friends aren't strong enough to save all Pokemon. Maybe I can't solve the equation that will change the world. So I need power. Power enough to make anyone agree with me. That's not exactly the best way to get your point across, but alright. Now I know the power I need. Zekrom, the legendary Pokemon that, along with the hero, created the Unova region. It's my turn to become that hero, and you and I will be friends. Dude, I want to be your friend right now. I think you're an interesting motherfucker. But you are just power hungry, and you're confusing that with trying to win an argument. Wow, whenever I look at this skeleton, I think Dragonite. Welcome, I'm Hawes, the assistant director. I love that. It's like Fawkes' name. It's just so obscure. Since you were kind enough to visit the museum, I'll give you a tour. This skeleton is a dragon-type Pokemon. There's a theory it had an accident while it was flying around the world, and so it became a fossil. I wonder what kind of accident. Lightning strike? This rock is amazing! It's a meteorite. It contains some kind of energy from space. Oh, this. It's an ordinary old stone. It was found near the desert, but other than that, it's old. It doesn't seem to have any value. We only display it because it's rather pretty to look at. The Pokemon Gym is just beyond here. At the end of the gym, a very strong and kind gym leader is waiting. By the way, the gym leader, Lenora, is my wife! Yeah, you're just showing off. You're not a gym leader. living vicariously through your wife. Perhaps this is a Pokemon that came from space along with the meteorite. A space meteor? A normal-looking stone? I wonder how those will play into the story. We will just have to find out. Oh, so what was I saying before that? Streamlining all of the things. Yes, I love that. The fact that it's in every town, it really just amplifies that connection feeling. Even if you're living in some town in the middle of the US where there's not many people around who play Pokemon, you still have this tapped-in connection. And I know that I'm saying this before the Pokemon Global link comes out, but I know people are going to be watching my videos after that, so why not say it now? I don't care to jump the gun. It's going to be that way. I mean, global trading, that feature alone when it was introduced into Diamond and Pearl, that made me want to play the game so much, I invested over 700 hours into the game. Over 700! I don't think I've ever invested that much time into one single cartridge. Or at least I can't be sure, because I think I might have done that with Crystal, but so many times my internal battery ran dry that I can't count all of the hours that I actually played, which is very disappointing, but life goes on. So to have these connections in just every area, and then Sea Gear, it's a beautiful thing. It's great that the Pokemon Company realizes that people want to connect with each other. That's the main draw of Pokemon, I think, for me at least, is getting to meet all these cool new people. You know, it was different back then, but now my idea of Pokemon has been changed. And, I mean, it's a constantly evolving idea. I always like to evolve my ideas. My whole life is a process of evolution and self-betterment. So, to change an idea of what I thought of a series back then is only natural. But now it seems like so much more, and I just love it. So, that should give you a pretty good idea of what I would rate this game. Actually, you know what? If you're questioning what I would give this as an official score, you could go on to gamerscastpodcast.com and scroll down the news articles, because I actually did a written review for this game. I know it wasn't very well seen because people don't read as much as they used to, but I will let you guys know. So for anybody who watches this walkthrough... Okay, is there anything we need from this book? Okay, I don't think we need to go back and re-answer it. So let's talk to this one again. Yeah, but it's not very publicized that I write articles on Gamerscast. I sometimes do it. I used to do it more, but now I'm more working on the walkthroughs, so I can have you guys enjoy this wonderful guide without having to go out and buy strategy guides. I really think that strategy guides are kind of obsolete in a way with the internet and everything. It's funny because when I went to pick this game up at GameStop, they're like, "Oh, do you want to buy the strategy guide with it?" And I guess that's because I got it at launch. But I was like, "Oh no." In the back of my head, I was just thinking, yeah, I am the strategy guide lady. You don't know it, but I am. And that's one of the main things I love doing these Let's Plays for, is that I get to save you guys some money and some trouble of having to go out and get strategy guides for games. Plus, I always found the strategy guides to be completely insufficient, especially when there's resources like Cerebi.net. That's my biggest resource for going to walkthroughs and looking up information. That's what I use the most. So if you're ever interested in just quickly looking something up, head over to Cerebi.net for that. But it really annoyed me when strategy guides would blatantly ignore Pokemon that are already out and are already in knowledge. They did that with Arceus, they did that with Deoxys. It was mostly legendary Pokemon, but they never fully explained the game in a way that I wanted it to. I knew the information, and usually I got the strategy guide just to look at the pictures and look at what they had to say about it. But nowadays, I don't even bother anymore. It's just not worth my time, and I am the strategy guide, so it's kind of redundant to do that. A waste of money. I'd rather save my money for games. Okay, so now we gotta go over to here. This is a fairly simple puzzle, and it looks like we're not going to have enough time to face the gym leader, so we'll just answer this last riddle and call it a day. But in the next episode, we'll finally face Lenora. She may raise normal-type Pokemon, but are her skills that which is normalcy? Or does she have a unique battle style? I sure hope so, because the Trio brothers, they were way too easy. The Striaton City Gym, very easy, but it's to be expected as the first gym. So, I will see you guys in the next episode. And now where is it? Find it yourself!